Hi everyone, this is Kaylin with Who Is Like You Ministries, and we are going to be doing something really fun today. I think that these are making a comeback. I don't know if you guys have seen the what's in your bag videos, and in any good kind of YouTube thing that's taking flight and becoming popular, of course people are doing like a what's in my bag church version, or like my tote bag, or whatever. So I thought it would be really fun to go through my bags that I use for church and Bible study and stuff. You guys can actually see one, I think, if the frame is correct. You can see one up here that we're going to be going through. This is just a, grab and go to Target kind of bag. Um, but we're gonna be doing that today. I'm really excited about this little mic, because this is something that we've been wanting to do for a while. For the YouTube thing is, with Justin preaching, the sound is, oh, you can hear him fine, but like one thing that we've talked about is we really wanted to get mics to start doing more YouTube, to be able to make the sound quality of his preaching better. So I'm actually really excited about this. Part of me wants to clip it to my shirt, but for whatever reason, because I see people doing this, I just think it's so funny how they randomly clip it to like the most random of objects. So I guess today my random object is going to be this golden paper clip. That I really, when I bought this set, I really thought I was going to use these a lot in my Bible, but they crease the Bible page horribly, and I have almost ripped several Bible pages using these paper clips. So now they just kind of sit in various places throughout this office and in my desk. I have a few in the drawer there, which is completely unrelated to why you're here. But so today we are going to be going through my different Bible bags. So as you guys can see up here, we have so many Bibles. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. And there's going to be a separate video, I think, where we're going to be going through all the different types of Bibles that we have, and kind of the benefits to having them, these different types of Bibles or what have you. But one of the biggest reasons why we started collecting these Bibles is to kind of know what's going on in conversation, in the biblical world, the theological world, and you get a lot of that by like the types of Bibles that get released, but also to be able to give to people. We were recently able to give a Bible to a girl in our youth group that we teach at our church, and it was really special to be able to do that. So I'm really excited that we have amassed such a collection that we can actually start giving Bibles away to people who need them. So that was really fun. That was really exciting to be able to do. So we will be doing another video about that at another time. I'm going to try clipping it to my shirt. I'm really hoping this doesn't go horrible. Maybe that's good. We'll see. If the sound quality is horrible and you hear rubbing, then obviously we know not to do that again. Okay. So to begin, I thought we would start by, let me just get my keyboard out of the way here. We would start by going through the things that I kind of transition between my two bags. Because I have two main bags that I take to church and to Bible studies with me. So one of them is this Hufflepuff bag that I got at the new Harry Potter store in Chicago. If you know, you know. It is such a fun store. My husband and I are huge Harry Potter fans. So this is a really fun bag that I got while I was there. And we'll go through, it's a really good size. I can fit quite a bit in here, which is really nice. And this little snitch keychain. But this is one of the bags that I have. And then the other guy is this Winnie the Pooh. It's really a purse that I've kind of turned into a Bible bag. To begin, one of the things that is always in a Bible bag, regardless of what bag I choose, is my iPad. This is a iPad Air 11-inch, one of the M something. I think it's like an M2. Uh, I use it for a couple different things. So I use it for note taking. I use it for doing some research, especially before Bible studies, during Bible studies. Oh, I hit you. I'm gonna have to get used to having you right here so that you don't get smacked. So I use it for a couple different things. It's kind of like a catch-all, like computer kind of thing to throw into a bag instead of my actual computer, which is far too bulky. So I always have the iPad. One negative thing, though, about my particular iPad is that I did not think about how I don't really have a lot of storage. I got the entry, which is, if anybody who has Apple, you know that they really get you with the storage. So I only have about 16 gigs available, which is not a lot. So I had to actually remove the Bible study software that I had on here, which is a bummer. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it back on here. But the iPad is something that always is going into a bag, because for a study tool. I reference commentaries on here. I reference sermon notes on here. I also host at my church a lot, which is basically just like doing the announcements and saying good morning to everybody. And so that this is where I'll put the information for those types of things. I'm also putting together a devotional that I hope to eventually put out. So I'll put notes about the devotional in here. So this is like kind of like a catch-all, I guess you could say, which is good to have for Sunday mornings and Bible studies. Another thing, this is a very recent addition to the kind of pop between the bags, is this, and it's so funny because this is in no way related to like a Bible study or anything like that, but it's this Fujifilm mini camera. You're probably like, Kaylin, why would you include that? So I started putting it in my Bible bag, whatever Bible bag that I'm taking with me that particular day, because I have started over the summer. I'll actually just show you really fast. I made this. I'm very proud. This little kind of almost like a traveler's notebook in a way. But I put this together for a couple of different reasons. I wanted to be more thoughtful of keeping tabs on my life. Now, what I mean by that is basically just journaling. And I wanted to start taking pictures of the day to day so that I could really commit to memory certain things that were important to me that day, certain things that stood out to me, something that I thought was beautiful that reminded me of the good work of the Lord or something like that, or how blessed I am in my life. So I started doing a picture a day journal. So a couple of the pictures that are actually in this journal that I do this for are like of the church that I go to, the group as we were teaching in the youth group. Next week, I hope to get a picture of all the ladies in my women's small group. So it's one of those things where it's an important part of my day, because when I sit and I journal and I look at that picture, I really do reflect on how good God has been to me in my life, and also some of the challenges that he's given me. So that is a unrelated item that has brought me a lot of joy and has really made me conscious of God's presence in my life in a unique way. Everything that we do in our day-to-day has the opportunity to really bring us closer to God. So, and that's a unique way that I'm doing that. Another thing that will be popped in to whatever bag that I'm using is the current study that I'm doing with my women's small group at my church. It's the Come Home study by Caroline Saunders. It's a 7-week study. And next week we're actually going to be in our last week of this. It's been really, really good to go through with the ladies at the church. Um, Really wonderful group of women. And so we're having these conversations about, you know, what home means for us in this world, and also what home means with God, and what God wanted home to be like eternally. So we've been going through that. Caroline Saunders has been taking us through the biblical text from Genesis, all the way through, you know, the incarnation of God in Jesus Christ on earth. And so it's been a really great study. I've been enjoying it. We've had some really, really great deep discussions. And the reason why this will come with me, you know, regardless of kind of what bag I'm in, is because between the group sessions, she has 5 days of personal study. So I try to have this with me so that if I have some like downtime, I can sit and do a bit of the personal days of study. I'll be honest with you, I'm not good, or as good as I'd like to be, about doing the personal study days. I just get busy and I don't make priorities the way I should. That's something that I'm really trying to work on, is prioritizing stuff like this. But it's been fruitful, and a blessing for me and a blessing for the ladies in our group. So we've enjoyed going through this. I recommend it if you're looking for a group study at your church. I really think it's great. It's a good one, and we're thinking about what we're gonna do next. So if I make another one of these videos, this will be different. So that's that. Something that, or I guess a few things. Well, these are not always like a sure thing, but they have potential to be there. So one thing that I'm kind of slowly working through right now, bit by bit, is C.S. Lewis's The Great Divorce. I say slowly because I get on a kick and I read a bit and then I fall off the habit. So this has been a really, really eye-opening read for me. I just love the way C.S. Lewis writes. When I first started reading it, I told my husband, I was like, he's so British in the way that he writes, but in like the best way possible. So sometimes this will be in the bag if I'm wanting something to read, something that I'll reference if I'm teaching a class, like the youth group or something like that. I may bring this pocket Bible atlas. I actually just picked this up at Barnes & Noble. It was like $8 or something like that. It's put together by Barry Beitzel that my husband really, really likes. So there's some really good stuff in here that I reference when I'm teaching or when I'm going through a study. I often like to look at this and get little tidbits to help give me more information. So that's really good. The next book that I want to start going through as I'm doing, because during the summer when I'm not in school, because I recently finished my master's in church history at Trinity Evangelical Divinity School, I want to do more not school reading, but not slacking on my, you know, education. So one of the books I want to start looking at is Gary Schneitzer, I think that's how you, Schneitzer, and Matthew Harmon's How to Study the Bible's Use of the Bible. This is talking about how biblical authors reference other biblical books, and like why they do it, and like how we can recognize those things. So I'm actually really excited to start poking through this guy. This will be my next kind of academic read. Recommend. I poked through it a little bit. Very easy to read. I definitely recommend it because that's something that I want to be more conscious of, is how the Bible references itself. And this last little resource that I may kind of pop in my bag is this handbook, Zondervan's Handbook of the Bible, or Handbook to the Bible, the 5th edition. This is a good one to have because, so I work with youth at my church, and if you've ever worked with kids, you know visuals are almost a necessity. to help really bring things to life. So like it has really, really great pictures, lots of additional information, little summaries of the books. So it's a good reference. And, you know, if you are someone who went to seminary, some of this information is, I mean, almost guaranteeing is not new to you, but the visuals alone are really, really helpful. And I've learned things that I didn't know before. But like this Old Testament story timeline, I mean, that's great. That's a great visual. And these kinds of things can be really helpful if you're going and doing a study or teaching kids. I think this kind of stuff is good. So any one of these things have the potential to be thrown into a bag that I am carrying for church or study. So now that you have patiently waited, let's look at the bags. So let's go ahead and start with our Hufflepuff bag. So this front pocket, if I'm being completely honest with you, I never really use. I might throw my wallet in there, church connect cards, little things like that, but I don't have a designated thing that goes in there. I mean, I guess the designated thing that would go in there would be my wallet. So that's what that front pocket is for. It also has two really great little side pockets that I'll throw my phone in or coffee or something like that. So that's really nice. So to start, I have a notebook. I have journaling Bibles at home. I have two that we'll go over in more detail when we do the Bible videos. But so I have two journaling Bibles. This is a Holman, a CSB, some kind of leather. It's a premium Bible, like it's real leather. But it's one of those things where I wanted something that I could leave my kids when I have them with like my thoughts and study notes and stuff like that. So I have this guy that I am slowly filling up. And then this other one is actually a rebind that was done. And it was done by Legacy Bible Rebinders. My husband actually had this. It's the ESV Journaling Study Bible. My husband had this rebound for me for my birthday last year. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. They did such a good job. This is an olive branch here. It has my name on it, which I was really wanting my name stamped on one of my Bibles. And it's a silly reason, but it's also kind of, it was important to me because the first Bible that I ever got after I was saved has my maiden name on it. It says Kaylin Swindle. So I really wanted my married name on one of my Bibles. It is tabbed, as you can see. I think I just got these tabs off of Amazon. Or no, these are Mr. Penn tabs. If you know Mr. Penn, you know that they're awesome. So this is one that I'm also doing some journaling in. When we're working with the youth or when we're doing family Bible studies, I often use this one. Like we went through quite a few books with my sister and brother-in-law that I put in here. The only thing that makes this Bible a little difficult is because the leather is so like supple and flexible. The pages are so thin. I've had them rip, and so I constructed, I Frankensteined a cardboard box together and kind of taped over it with this brown paper. So this is my solution. I recently did this. So this is my solution to try to put it in one of my bags so I can actually start taking this. But we'll flip through those guys in more detail when we go through them in the Bible video. But because I don't bring my journaling Bibles with me, I have a notebook that has a bunch of different notes in it. I have this binder clip. I think the purpose of that was just in case, like the kids in our youth group draw. So in case they draw something and they give it to me, I like to have a few drawings taped into one of my Bibles that they did for me. And if they did any more drawings, I wanted to be able to take them. So yeah, this is just a notebook full of notes from sermons, from some Bible studies that I've done personally at home or with groups. So this has been really good to have. And this is a notebook that I have a really tough time filling notebooks. So this is a notebook that I've had for a few years, probably 3 or 4 years. And I got it at Target. It was like $3. So don't spend a lot of money on notebooks, you guys. You do not have to spend a ton of money to have a good notebook. You can get a really great notebook for a couple of dollars. And I'll actually show you another example of a really good notebook for nothing in that other bag that I have. So the other thing that I keep, and look at how big this is. And we still have the Bible in there, but I could fit so much stuff in here. It's wild. It even has a little like laptop iPad slot situation for when I put my iPad in there. So this is my pencil pouch. This is a Mr. Pen pencil pouch. I actually got it in a set that I had ordered from Mr. Pen that had a ton of highlighters and pens and tabs and sticky notes and all kinds of stuff in it, and it came with this pencil pouch, which is great because it has a little handle, which is wonderful. But one of the coolest things about this pencil pouch, and this isn't the only one that does this, of course, but it has this nice little open up spot in the front, so that you can clearly lay out all of your stuff. Now this is just pens, but I've done it before where I've had highlighters, but these are all Mr. Pen pens. And then this is just a Pilot G2 in a 05 thickness. I don't know if you guys can see. It's pretty fine, but not like too fine. But these are all Mr. Pen pens. I think Mr. Pen is wonderful. The quality of their stuff is great. So a lot of the stuff I have is actually from Mr. Pen. But this is a different colored inks. Because I don't have a color coding system in my Bible. I just don't. I have thought about doing it before, but then the problem that I usually run into is that I either forget the colors of the pens that the color code system is with, or, which is the more often thing, I forget that I have a color coding system. So then I don't end up using it. So I've stopped doing that, and so basically I'll choose a colored pen or a pen in general, whether it's a black ink or a different color, and a highlighter, and that'll be whatever I'm using for that time. But this has quite a few different color options. And then this guy is a Mr. Pen pen that's just a black ink pen, and I actually have a set where like the outer part's different colors, but the ink's just black. But these are great pens. They write phenomenally. I would say if you're a stationery person or like a pen person, I think that these Mr. Pen pens with the fine tip like this write so much better than the Pilots, which is saying something because I know a lot of people love Pilot. But none of these bleed in any of my Bibles, which is also great. There's shadowing, but none of them bleed, which is good. So that's that front part. And then this inner part here is literally just highlighters. So I have a bunch of different highlighters, and I'm like a highlighter person. I think that highlighters are awesome, which is such a stationary, person thing to say. But what I tried to do with each of these, because I have another pencil pouch in the other bag that I'll show you. What I tried to do is kind of match, in a way, the color of the ink pens that I use to the highlighters that I use. But I have a lot more highlighters than I do different colored ink pens. So, like, I have a good variety of highlighters here. And I've tested all of my highlighters and all of my Bibles, so they don't bleed as well, which is so good. Mr. Pen makes these are all Mr. Pen, makes such good highlighters that don't bleed. So yeah, when I'm doing any kind of note-taking or journaling or anything like that, I usually pick a pen and a highlighter. And then sometimes I'll have sticky notes or little tabby things that I will put in here. Like, I think I even have, I don't know, maybe I took them out. I had little tabs where I was tabbing random parts of my Bible that I thought were inspiring. But I don't have that in this one. And then the last thing that I have in this Hufflepuff Bible bag is a Bible. So this is the CSB Study Bible. It is, I think it's just genuine leather. I think that's what this one is. This is the 2020 translation. I mean, CSB was the translation that I was reading when I was saved. So it's one of those things where I read a bunch of different translations. The Bible that I have in the other Bible bag is actually a different translation, which we'll see. But CSB is what I was saved in, so this translation is special to me for that reason. I read other translations as well, but this one is just the one that I was reading when I was brought to the Lord, so this one's special. But this Bible is great. I think we got it on sale from Christian Book. I think it was like $35 or something crazy like that when it's regularly priced at like $80. Do not overspend on your Bibles if you wait for sales. Like, if you want a really nice Bible, wait for sales. Christian Book does sales all the time. You almost never have to pay an exorbitant amount for a Bible. I don't think you should have to pay an exorbitant amount to have the Word of God in your hands. But if you do want a nicer Bible, just kind of wait. Check it out when it's on sale. But this Bible, it's a study Bible. It has red letter, which I know is really important to a lot of people. I like that it's red letter. But one of the things that I think is great, apart from the study notes, it has great introductions to the books. But also, if I can find a particular thing, has really good maps throughout and then good maps in the back. My husband's a big map person. So the maps are super important when we're looking at Bibles. But there is one thing in particular. I don't know why, but when I'm showing somebody this Bible, I always look at this particular. Now that I'm looking for it, I'm not going to be able to find it. That's so funny. Any other time when I turn to it. Oh, here's a good one. So, like, these little illustrations, like, this is obviously, like, a sad illustration. So, like, through the Babylonian invasion, these illustrations, they're really good. They also have a full illustration of the temple. Like, this one's good. Elisha and the priests of Baal on Mount Carmel. The illustrations in this Bible are so good. And the notes that go with them are really good. So we have a ton of Bibles. We really do. And so I would say get whatever Bible you like. But, I mean, if you're looking for a great study Bible, I really do think that the CSB Study Bible is so good. So that is my Bible that I have in the Hufflepuff bag, which is good. Hopefully, I have no way of knowing if the sound is good, so I hope that it's good. The next bag is this Winnie the Pooh purse bag. So I actually got this, my husband got this for me for my birthday this year, which is really, really sweet. I had an obsession with Winnie the Pooh when I was a little kid, so it was really cute to have this as an adult. I like carrying a purse, but often because of like Bible studies, anybody who goes to church and goes to the Bible studies knows that, carrying multiple bags can often be a little annoying. So that's why the wallet often gets popped into whatever bag I'm using. So this front pocket here, when I do my women's small groups, or if I'm teaching and I need to have, project my laptop, I always have, and it's funny because I usually, this will travel between bags, but it was this bag last time. This is an adapter for when I'm using my iPad or my laptop to project something. So this actually usually goes between bags. This is a recent addition. This is a pen that, is one of those different, different leads, inks in one pen. So this guy, it's a UB. I think I got it at Target. This is a really good thing if I forget a pencil pouch, or if I just need something that has multiple inks. It's good to have one of these guys. It reminds me of when I was a kid, and those kinds of pens were really popular. I don't know. I think they're coming back now, but they weren't as popular for a while when I became an adult. So this guy just like opens up, and it has a little drawstring. So you'll notice that the vibe is going to be very similar. So we start with a notebook. This notebook I got from Walmart, and this is why I said you do not need to spend a ton of money if you want a good notebook. So this came in a set of 2. I actually gave the other one to somebody at my church who, this has like a texture of like leather, but it's just cardboard. It's like a soft kind of like feel. I wish I could like hand it to you and like let you feel it, because like once you felt it, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But since obviously you can't feel it, like you don't know what I'm talking about, but just take my word for it. It just has this like kind of, I don't know if you guys can hear it, like soft kind of thing. But the set of 2 was like $3. So if you think about it, that's $1.50 per notebook, and it's it's not crazy thick, but it's not super thin. The paper quality is decent. I took notes for Ephesians 2 yesterday when we were at our midweek Bible study, and it's a good, and this is the youth that I worked with. So this goes in this bag, and I put yellow Winnie the Pooh, so I was like, oh look, it's color, it matches. So notebook, and then I have a slightly smaller pencil pouch. The only way to get, because I wanted to get another one of those Mr. Pen pencil pouches, but I wasn't able to see like how you could get just the pouch and like not all of the stuff that they sent with it. Like I got it the first time, and I don't need those other things. So I got this at Walmart, this pencil pouch, and it was $4. So it's not quite as organized. But in this one, I have the Papermate Inkjoy gel pens that are 0.5. A variety of different colors, blue, green, a couple different blues, pinks, purples. You should always have a black pen just in case. And there is no rule that says that you have to write with a bunch of different colors. I just like colors. But if you want it to be as simple, and there's something really wonderful about that. If you just want it to be as simple as, I just want a pen, one pen and one notebook and one Bible, more power to you. That's wonderful. I like that you want to take notes at all, much less that you have different colors. But I just like colors. And then this pen, the lady at my church who I gave the notebook to actually gave me this pen. And it is the same, again, I wish I could let you feel it. It's the same texture on the outside as the notebook. And it's just a black ink pen. But so, yeah, we got the not the Sharpie, the Papermate Inkjoys in here. And then a bunch of Mr. Pen highlighters. And again, I tried to put colors that kind of match the pens. So I've got like brighter colors in this pencil pouch. And then for whatever reason, I have a mechanical pencil in here too. I don't really know why I put that in there, but it's in there. So yep, and this guy is plumb full. I mean, it is bursting at the seams. There's a lot in here. I could probably take a bit of it out, but I liked having the variety for the colors for the inks. So, and the last thing for this bag is my Bible. I put it in this bag, this oxenite kind of soft bag that my pocket planner came in, because the corner, like when I put it in my bag, I saw that the corners kind of folded in because it was in the bag. So I put it in this to kind of keep it more compact so it wouldn't jostle around so much. But this is the Humble Lamb, his story in a NASB Bible. And it is a beautiful Bible. And I hope I can show you. I don't hope you can see how it's a gilded edge, but you see the kind of pattern. I hope so, of Jesus standing kind of in the middle, and then you've got his story throughout the Bible kind of put into the edge there. It's beautiful. And they have illustrations in here, illustrations in here from Gustave Doré. Yes, throughout the text, which are beautiful. And they've also got these really great drop caps. I'm a big drop cap person. And it's compact. It's a personal sized. It's a beautiful Bible. I mean, they did such a great job with this. I mean, look at those. I mean, it's beautiful. So this is the guy that goes into, and then you see the yellow match. I thought I was being clever. It is a shame that I couldn't find this in yellow. I don't know why. It's not a big deal, but it's just like, ugh, it would have been nice if it was in yellow. But of course that doesn't matter at all. But this Bible has a funny story behind it. So my husband and I had both wanted one for a while. Like, Humble Lamb makes gorgeous Bibles. The work on this Bible is incredible. I mean, the leather's beautiful. The paper is beautiful. I mean, it's just a gorgeous Bible. They did such a good job. And we both wanted one. And so Christmas this last year, I was like, well, I'm going to get my husband one. So I picked him out. I think he got the orange one. And I was really excited to give it to him on Christmas. And I went to open up one of my gifts, and it was this. And I was like, no, are you joking? So he wanted me to look through it and like really peek through the Bible. I was like, well, before I peek through it, why don't you finish opening up your gift? And so he opened up his, and we realized we both got each other a Humble Lamb Bible, which is, so funny that we did that. But it's a Meriton goat skin. Really, really great. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful Bible. They are on the pricier side. It's definitely one of those that you would want to save for. But it's a beautiful Bible. And so this guy is actually really great to take. It's a great pew Bible, which is one of the reasons why often, because since we teach the youth, having a study Bible for notes is really good. But when we're in service or when we go to our weekly Bible study, this is really great because it's so compact, and I can just kind of have it open and not worry about it being like too huge. So yeah, I mean, like, do you need a Bible bag? No. Can you go to church with just your Bible and a notebook and a pen? 100%. I would encourage you, bare minimum, you should be doing that. Take notes during sermon. Take notes during your Bible study. But there is something so fun, I think, about putting together your necessities and really making it a fun part of your morning or your afternoon, getting ready to go to church, getting ready to go to a Bible study, putting your bag together and like thinking about the tools that you want to have while you're going to study the Word of God. So I hope that this inspired you to kind of think about what you are or are not taking with you to church, what you are or are not taking with you to Bible study, or that you want to do more Bible studying. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope that you found it fun. I look forward to future videos that we're going to be doing. Like I said, we're going to be planning a video where we go through all of our different Bibles, going to be going through some different concepts, and then we're going to be continue to upload those sermons that Justin is doing and different opportunities that we get the privilege to be involved in church. So I hope this was a blessing to you. Any comments or questions you have about anything here, about recommendations for pens, notebooks, Bibles, questions about the Bibles that we talked about today, please do let me know. But I'm so excited you're here, so thankful that you decided to watch this video. If you could just hit the like button. If you feel so inclined, hit the subscribe button so that we can let you know about upcoming videos or news about the channel. But so thankful for you and hope that you have a blessed day.